everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Apologies to all of my subscribers and my viewers. I know that I was doing the most yesterday and pumping out react after react. And I'm sure after the third or fourth one, y'all are like, Rose, for God's sake, slow down. I apologize, y'all, but I am working a lot at night now from like 6 in the evening until 3 o'clock in the morning. That's just what I'm doing. So when I have the opportunity to blaze through the content to try to catch up or keep up, that's what I'm going to do. So again, sorry if I'm just throwing a whole bunch of content at you guys all at once. I am doing this reactive foodie now. I've got two more tarot reacts to do today, and I think I'll be caught up, and then I can take a nap and then be rested and ready for my night job. So, this react right here, what are we covering? Well, Chantal did a live stream today called Selling My Ring Today, but she did this 11 hours ago, and she revealed some interesting information. So it would have seemed that PayPal has suspended her account. Oh, yeah, it's happening. PayPal is suspending her account. Uh, what would cause PayPal to suspend her account and freeze it? There's a myriad of reasons why they would do that. It could be because of too many chargebacks on her account. It could be because of a negative balance that has yet to be dealt with. Uh, those of you that have been watching Foodie, then you know, and I'm sure you might have heard already, that some of the people that donated for Sasa, like the other Grift, they've asked for chargebacks. I don't know if that created a negative red balance on PayPal, but if it did, that is something that Foodie would have to take care of very quickly, or else PayPal is going to have a problem with her. So it could be because of a negative balance. It could be because of too many chargebacks. It could be because PayPal is giving her the eyeball and saying, something don't smell right here. Whatever the case may be, her PayPal account has been suspended. So that means no more getting money off of PayPal. And she's been kind of using PayPal like her own little personal bank, to get money quickly and in hand. And not right now, though. It's just not going to happen, not until it's resolved. I don't know if PayPal is going to permanently shut down her account, but for now, she can't use that account to draw out money or receive money. So what else is going on? Well, I heard while I was doing my live stream that people were going over to Pizza's channel and letting him know what happened with Chantal. And one of the titles of his live streams was, Yes, I have heard. So he has heard. And I'm sure the foodie has gotten on the phone with Pete's, yelling and screaming and carrying on and crying and sobbing and please help me, Pete's. Pete's can't help Chantal. He doesn't have a place for her to stay. I believe he's renting a room right now. He doesn't have money in hand to give her. I've also heard something else. I really can't confirm if this is true or not. I have also heard that maybe Pete's might be on disability. So he might be getting disability benefits. And there's nothing wrong with that if you're someone and you're on disability. If you need disability, that's what it's there for. But he might be on disability benefits. So Pete's set up a GoFundMe on Chantal's behalf to try to raise money. I don't think he's allowed to do that. First, Chantal said someone set up a GoFundMe on her behalf, but then when Girl World did some digging and quickly found out it was Pete's, then she changed her community post to, oh, someone, LOL, Pete's did it for me. Like she had to confess, yeah, it was Pete's. So she's involving Pete's in her mess. This is supposed to be your best friend, Chantal. And not only are you digging a deep hole for yourself, but you're involving other people and potentially making a mess for them. But you are in desperation mode where you're like, I'm going to try anything. I'm going to do everything. I am going to go to everybody I know and ask for money. I'm going to potentially make messes for people if it means it gets me out of the hole that I'm in. Things are just getting progressively worse. And I am here as a person, as a reactor, to watch it all go down. I'm just going to sit on the bleachers and just watch it progress. I don't have to get involved. I'm just here to watch. That's why I hopped back in the game, y'all, because intuition told me it's time to go back in. Things are about to kick off. The find out phase is starting to happen. Hop back in. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to watch the rest of the story. We're in the, I guess, the final season, y'all. And I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm just here to be a spectator and I'm here to do my reactions, and that's it. So I'm going to show you guys a lot of stuff on Twitter. I've been collecting some Twitter peeps, including some information about Chantal trying to bring Julia over to Canada and why that's not a real possibility. Chantal's trying to say, I'm going to bring Julia back with me to Canada, and I'm going to show you something to prove that's not possible. That's really not possible. So, how about we just jump into the Twitter peeps, and then we'll get into her live stream, and I'll give my thoughts. So, it's time for the lovely Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps. Let me just make sure I am where I need to be. I am, and Queen Booger is in the background. She might be joining me on live stream if she chooses to, because I don't boss around the Queen. The Queen does what she wants. I am just the faithful servant that gives her her food, her water, cleans out her litter box, cuddles her, holds her, treats her like a baby. That's all. That's just my role around the Queen. So, for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, hi Booger. Okay, Zoomies. We got cat Zoomies going on behind me. For those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you that aren't on Twitter, I do these Twitter peeps for you so you guys can keep up with all the stuff without actually having to log on and be there. So, let's start here with a tweet courtesy of Sandy Quesadilla saying Foodie's GoFundMe is still at $14 after 5 hours. So there's a screenshot of the GoFundMe. So the goal is $8,500. Huh. $8,500. And she's only managed to rage. She's raging. She's raging money. My mouth is just deciding what words it wants to say today. She's only raised 14 bucks Canadian. And you know what? A lot of people are reporting it already. I have a feeling this GoFundMe is not going to stay up for very long. As a matter of fact, I would be completely shocked if it's still up within 48 hours. So there's a screenshot of that. And you know what? My phone is on. Let me go ahead and shut it off so my React does not get interrupted, because it sometimes does that. Okay. Miss Anthropope Lulu says, this is Crackhead Olympics Syrian edition. This is exactly what she did when Natter flexed her money fundraiser and make him jealous anime. I believe she was told she'd have to live as a Sharia. How am I saying that wrong? I know I'm saying it wrong. I apologize. Sharia Muslim, second wife and all, and she's not going to lose. Also explains her staying. So this is a clip from the live stream that she did 11 hours ago, which I'm going to go over. Let's play the clip.
Anime messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, so sorry to hear about your separation, but does that mean we can... And there was a picture. Anime messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, so sorry to hear about your separation, but does that mean we can...
You know, Chantal, you are so predictable. You love to portray yourself as a wanted woman. You love to portray that men are fighting over you and the men want you so bad. Mama, if you are so wanted, if you are so desired, why is it that every man you're with, you have to give money to? If you are such a successful femme fatale, with a face card for days that would get you anywhere for free and get you anything for free. Why do you have to pay the men in your life to give you companionship? Make that make sense. Make it make sense. So you're on live stream telling a great big lie to your subscribers. Oh, Anime sent me a message that was really, really saucy and it made Salah jealous. Did it really? You think so? No, that never happened. The two of you are supposed to be separating. That means he's done. He wants you gone. The separation was supposed to lead to divorce. And even if the two of you stayed together, let's just say the separation wasn't a thing, that divorce wasn't a thing. He's not attracted to you. He's not into you at all. You were just a walking, talking, annoying ATM. You are willing and you are ready to take care of his physical needs. But apparently, he's not into you because, despite the fact that you are willing and ready, he goes to everybody else but you. How many times have you caught Salah talking to other women, looking at pictures of other women? If he wanted you so bad, if he loved you so bad, why is it when you went to Canada, he couldn't wait to get on his phone and Instagram and talk to Kai Bella and tell her that her butt mattered more than his family? And he was talking all kinds of nasty to her. I bet he never talked that way to you. You're not his type. He's not into you. He may be your type, but you're not his. So if you're not his type, if he's not attracted to you, you guys aren't like kicking it between the sheets, why would he care if another man says, I want to be with you? He wouldn't. As a matter of fact, he's probably going to be relieved and go, oh, another man wants you like that? Have at it. That means you won't be frustrated. You won't be a biatch. You'll calm all the way down. Do what you need to do. Go knock boots with him. Just go ahead. Go back to Canada and do your thing. But he would never get jealous. So stop telling lies to your audience, ma'am. It ain't working.
And there was a picture of him. And Salah saw that and he was like freaking out. So he's like,
no, he wasn't. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what anime looks like. He doesn't care if anime is attracted to you. All of us that we know about anime is a freak, okay? He's a nasty, nasty, depraved freak. Freak. I remember all the way back, Chantal, when you did your Valentine's Day stream on your channel. He wanted you to show a picture, a very explicit picture of an anime character farting. And he got very offended when you wouldn't do it. Although, can I just say thank you to you for you not actually doing it? He's into certain fetishes and he didn't care that it was YouTube and the people in your audience and also in girl world, we're not into those fetishes. We don't want to look at it. We don't want to know about it. And he was determined to expose everybody to that stuff. And you said no, so thank you very much. Anime's got some weird thing with you, and that's between the two of you. But Salah does not care. He really, really doesn't. In fact, I'm pretty sure that in his head, Salah is probably hoping, you know what? If this guy likes you, if he's into you, if he's in the States somewhere, if he's in Canada or California, wherever he is, get a plane ticket and go to this dude. If he's really into you, go fly to dude and get out of my house. Like he might be happy that you and anime are talking and anime is trying to tempt you back to the Western world. Because that means you are out of his house and you're out of his life forever. You're somebody else's problem.
it's like, you blocked him. I thought you blocked him. Anime looks like a white nattered kind of.
She's not lying. I've seen pictures of anime floating around. He does look a lot like Nads, which begs the question. I've always wondered this, Chantal. Can you give me an answer? How is it that you found a guy who looks a lot like Nads? And this dude is into the feety fetish the same way you are. So why in the heck aren't you flying to him? Why aren't you going to dude? I mean, you found your dream man, someone that fits your physical aesthetic of things you like and things you get into, and he supports the feety fetish. So why haven't you taken a plane ride to go see him?
But not with jack teeth, but like a lot. He moves quick.
I think anime has been after Chantal for the longest because she's a challenge. Like he's determined to get at her because she's a challenge. And I've done private readings on the whole anime foodie situation. There's another reason why he's after Foodie, because anime has a web page and he's known in the feedie circles. I think that he feels, with his knowledge of the internet and being like a salesman of sorts, that all he has to do is get a hold of Foodie and she does content and he can sell it and make them both a killing. Like the interest in Chantal, it's mostly money. Like he thinks I can make a lot of money off of her. All she has to do is come back to Canada and work with me and it can happen. So like his interest in her has to do with money too.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I felt bad because he was really mad.
Like you care if you make him mad. You are so desperate to get a reaction or an emotional response out of Salah. Because if you get an emotional response, negative or positive, in your head, that's validation that he cares for you. He doesn't care for you. He never cared for you, not the way you wanted him to. It's always been about the money, Chantal. I know that in all the time that you spent with Salah, just like with Nader, you thought that if you spent money on the person and took care of them and took care of all their needs, that it would turn into real love, and it never did. You should have learned that lesson with Nader. You did not. So now you're in summer school with Salah and you still haven't learned. You still convince yourself that you don't have to be a good person. You don't have to have good aspects about yourself. You don't have to evolve. You don't have to cultivate good things that would make a person want to be with you. You convinced yourself you can be as awful as you want to be, and the money you make just excuses all the bad things you do, all the bad things you've done, all of the bad behaviors, the insecurity, the jealousy, the controlling, the manipulating, the threats, the blackmail. Money can't erase all that stuff away. Problems are problems and burdens are burdens, and you are a great big burden that comes with lots and lots of problems. Way too much for any person to solve or deal with. It's too suffocating. So let's move on to Dave's world. Dave's world, you're just visiting, says Foodie Beauty Scammer GoFundMe. So here we go. Here's the page. The goal is $8,500, right? And there's a place where you can report. And for those who are wondering about GoFundMe, GoFundMe takes scamming very, very seriously. That's why a lot of people are reporting now. They take it very seriously. If a GoFundMe happens and people get scammed, GoFundMe has something set up like if you donate to something and it was a scam, we will take care of it. We'll give you back all your money. So GoFundMe does not play with that stuff. Queen Jellybean says, F you, Foodie. Enjoy Syria. Since the house is big, you probably won't even see Salah and his real wife much. So again, people are reporting this left and right. Okay, so for those of you in the audience who are watching, that you might be Beezers, that you're listening to Chantal and she keeps insisting, I'm going to take Julia home with me to Canada. If you're not going to check out the rest of this video, which is fine, at least check out this tweet, courtesy of MJK23. MJK23 says, more evidence Foodie Beauty is lying to you about bringing Julia to Canada. The country has to be rabies free for 6 months to export a pet to Canada. Plus, where will they get all this other documentation? So let's look at the screenshots here. And I'll read it to those of you that, because I know this is hard to read because of the type. What do you need? Rabies vaccination certificate. Your cat must have a current rabies vaccination recorded on an original rabies vaccination certificate or EU pet passport. International health certificate. A licensed veterinarian in Syria must issue an international health certificate within 10 days of your departure. This certificate should clearly identify your pet and state that rabies have not been present in Syria for the 6 months prior to your pet's shipment. Endorsement. The certificate must be endorsed by a governmental authority responsible for the import and export of live animals in Syria. Age. Your cat must be at least 3 months old to enter Canada. Well, Julia is at least 3 months old, so she qualifies for that one. CFIA inspection. Your cat will undergo a visual inspection by the Canadian Border Services Agency, the CBSA, and a veterinary inspection by the CFIA at the airport. So there's a lot of steps here. If Chantal wanted to bring Julia to Canada, a lot of things have to be done beforehand. And then once she gets to Canada, if she passes the first part, there's actual physical inspections. That's a whole lot of work for Foodie, a whole lot of trouble. So I don't think she's going to do it. So you Beezers that are listening to Chantal and she's saying, yeah, I'm taking Julia with me, and that's part of why I'm asking for so much money, she's straight up lying. And on top of that, common sense, if Chantal does not know where she's going to end up, she has no plan. She's not showing you guys a long list receipt thing of, yes, I'm going here, I'm going to this motel or this extended stay, and it's going to cost this much, and I'm going to stay for this long, and I need this much for food and this much for a rental car. Like giving you guys like an itemized list of what she needs and how long she's going to have it and how much it's going to cost. She's just making stuff up out of the air. So she's talking about bringing Julia. But where are they going to stay? No idea. She has no idea where she would stay by herself. So do I think she's leaving? Not for a long time. Mean Kitten says, Foodie Beauty, people told her he would eventually take a second wife, and she said it would never happen. Yet, here we are. She could still be at home in Canada making 20 grand a month if she would have researched this culture, got her ego in check, and listened to the haters. Right. She was in Canada. She had an apartment. She could have stayed right there. And honestly, she should have stayed there. She didn't have to leave. She was just too worried and too caught up in what is Salah doing. She was too worried about losing him. At the same time, she needed to lose him. He wasn't doing her any sort of good. But she had to get back over there. She had to leave. And he even told her, don't come over here right now. Wait at least a month. She did not want to listen. She ran back over there. She just got too scared and insecure and jealous about what he might be talking to. She was afraid that she would lose her place in line and some other woman would just come along and take Salah from her. Well, it happened anyway. Sure did. Sounds like there's another woman taking him from you right under your nose, Foodie. All right. And yeah, this is something that went on in the live stream. Lori says, Foodie Beauty is trying to sell her ring. So on top of everything else, on top of Foodie going to Pete's and saying, do a GoFundMe for me, she's over there saying, I want to sell my ring. I've also heard that she's telling people, you want me to take off my uh, hijab is going to cost you 10 grand. Everything is 10 grand all of a sudden. Here's another thing that looks kind of weird. Things that make you go, Fondue Spiteful Beach says Foodie Beauty Chantal. Anime came into your chat on the live. You announced the separation. So why were you guys cuddling on the couch as you say? Also, Salah blocked him live in chat, not after. I saw it. You just lied to lie. Thanks for letting us know you guys were cuddling on the couch though. So here's another clip from the live she did.
I wish I was teardrop. So what happened with anime was I had my Instagram notifications on and we were cuddling here on the couch. Oh no, is someone here?
So let's look at this from two different angles. Let's look at this from the first angle of rule number one, Chantal lies. I think that she's lying about cuddling on the couch because, her being unhygienic and filthy and smelly, why would anybody want to cuddle with her? I mean, she's not setting things up to be cuddled for very long, you see? But Salah's never there. Why would he sit on the couch and cuddle her? Anyway, so rule number one, Chantal lies. Door number one, she's lying. They weren't cuddling on the couch. And she's just saying that to her chat to make it seem like Salah still cares about her. Door number two, this story that she's telling people about we're separating, it's starting to look a lot like they're not separating. Like it's making people scratch their chins and go, is this really a thing? Are you guys really separating though if you're not leaving yet and you're cuddling on the couch? Do you really need our money? Yeah, things are looking kind of weird. Really weird. I also want to throw this out there. As I've said before in previous reacts, when it comes to Chantal, you got to look at the fine print. She's someone that she's impulsive and she changes her mind a lot. So Chantal could say to people, I'm separating from Salah. And it's just a play on words. It's word semantics. She could go home to Canada if it actually happens. She can go home to Canada and rake up a bunch of money for the next 3 months if she can get there, and then send the money home to Syria and then go back to Syria. And then when people come at her and say, wait a minute, I thought you two were done. You know what she's going to say? Well, technically, I was separated from Salah. Didn't I go home to Canada? We were separated by distance. So it's wordplay. Oh, we weren't really separated by distance, meaning I just went home. See? So you can't take Chantal for face value. You got to look at the fine print because she likes to play around with words and get people's hopes up. Your mom's emotional support carrot says Chantal says she's been banned from PayPal. When I heard that this morning, I was like, yes, it's finally happened. She effed around and now she's finding out. So PayPal's out. And I don't think she's going to be getting it back. Do I think that when she got the $800+ off the PayPal fundraiser, did she do an immediate cash out? Yes, I do. And I think that was the plan from the get-go. So here's what I think, y'all, as far as that fundraiser. I think that Chantal purposely chose a really big amount, like 10 grand, because, the side bonus was that by her coming to her community and saying, I want $10,000, she knew that was going to cause an uproar in girl world, that everybody would just be jumping down her throat. And she was counting on it. She's like, I want to create outrage. I want the extra views. I want the reactors covering me again because some of them aren't covering me as much. I want them to jump back on my train and cover me. And it worked. That part worked. Also, when it comes to the money, if say Chantal needed $5,000, she's going to make an even bigger amount, and she's playing the numbers game as far as percentages, meaning If she needed $5,000, she's going to ask for 10,000, hoping to get a fraction of the amount that's asked for. And maybe the fraction would be big enough that, like she could just grab it up and go. Like basically, what she's doing with the PayPal fundraiser, she's doing the same thing with that as she did back during Crackhead Olympics when she wanted to come online at 2 in the morning and do a video or do a live event and then dirty delete. She's playing the dirty deleting game with PayPal because she knew that that fundraiser would get reported. But she also knew with PayPal that it may take a while for them to get to it. So leave the fundraiser up just long enough to grab some money, cash out immediately, and get rid of it before PayPal could look at it. She had no intention of leaving that fundraiser up for 30 days. Nope. Just put it on her YouTube page, leave it up for a few hours, and then get rid of it. Take the money and go. That was the plan the whole time. So she got 800 and something dollars. And I'm sure she did the cash out before her account got suspended. So that means no more getting money out of that PayPal account. Could there be the possibility that she could be using somebody else's PayPal account? Maybe. I don't know who else would give her access to their PayPal account. Maybe Pete's, maybe somebody else. But if she wants money from PayPal for anything, she's going to have to use somebody else's account to get that money because her account is suspended. And I don't know if they're going to take it away permanently or what, but I'm absolutely 1000% certain that before PayPal suspended her account and froze it, she got all the money out that she could and sent it to her bank. So there you have it. All right. Malarkey Meter says, of course, comments are turned off. How many will report this one? And this is the person, this is James Peets. So like he's the one who set it up for Foodie. And that's really stupid on his part. Like he's involving himself in Foodie's mess, which could potentially lead to problems for him. Like if something happened to James Peets and he needed to do a fundraiser and his name is attached to this one and he gets in trouble with GoFundMe, he won't be able to use the GoFundMe service. I don't know what else might happen to him, but I know at least that will. Okay. Moonbeam McSwine says someone in Canada, like we all weren't going to immediately see that it was Pete's. So here's the community post. She edited it once everybody said it was Pete's that set it up. She goes, hi, I had someone in Canada set up a GoFundMe to get back to Canada. If you want to donate, please do so here. Well, you're not going to get that money either. Because I got a feeling that GoFundMe is going to go away real quick. I think you got whatever money you could with the initial fundraiser, Foodie, but I think your Beezers are all tapped out. They're done. They can't give you any more money right now. They're done. So stop going to the well and putting your bucket in, all right? All right, what else we got here? Oh, thank you, Biana. I love the screenshots, girl. Love them. Billiana. And how do you say your name? Billiana? And that's what I froze it just for you, girl. I wanted you to get a good screenshot of Foodie because her face card is just so on point. Oh, look, cats with threatening auras. Look at the babies. Look at that face. Look at the face. Kitties everywhere. Love it. All right. I think we're done with catching up with all the stuff on Twitter. So let's go on to her live stream. And good news, y'all. Very good news. I like giving good news. This live stream went only on for like an hour. It's not that long. And if she gets boring, I will zip right through. I have no problem with that, but I'm going to give so many thoughts to this. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's get going.
Alexandra Honeybee.
By the way, Chantal, you look like crap. Let me blow this up for a minute. Y'all see this? She's still got the CPAP lines on her face. Chantal, would it be too much trouble that before you start a live stream, go wash your face, maybe put on your makeup, look presentable? You look like you just woke up from a nap, and you probably did. Can you not like put yourself together and sit up, actually sit all the way up and talk to people? Laying down and sealing at the same time you're doing a live stream is just crazy work. It's the epitome of just being lazy and not giving a crap, and you wonder why your views suck.
Bro, thank you, MG. No, I just woke up. That's why I have the JJ eyes. Helia. Snorkel. Sturtle Island. Becca. Hello.
Oh, look at this. Layla says, Chantal, I am really so confused right now. I have been ready to make a $500 dono to help you out, but I'm not even sure if you are really going home. Would you please explain that in detail? Layla, what's the matter with you? She's over here saying that her and Salah are separating, but they're not divorcing. She's not even sure when she's going home. She has no idea where she's going to end up. She cannot bring a list, a solid list of her needs, how much each thing is going to cost, the hotel that she might be staying at, or the possible hotels, and the cost for a month. She's not bringing any proof that she needs a bunch of money. And you over here just offering up your money. Look, you're probably a nice person, and maybe you don't know Chantal. Maybe you're new to her. I get that. But you're offering up money to someone, and they're not even able to give you a straight, solid, honest answer about why they need your money and when they're going to leave. She's still there. As long as she's still there, it's like she don't need your money right now. She's still there. She's not even saying, hey, I got the plane ticket and I'm going to be in Canada on such and such date. If you gave her $500 now, it's gone. She'll use it on food and whatever else. She's in Syria. She's fine. Obviously, she's fine. And you're not sure she's going home. She's not sure either. So there's really no need to give her money. But do what you want with your own money.
Katie? I'm trying, Agathon, but people keep getting in my way. Reporting my friggin' PayPal and stuff, man.
Doggone right. Doggone right. People are going to keep reporting your scamming schemes until you learn your lesson and you stop. You want to get on your YouTube channel and make money, or you want to make money in an honest way, we ain't got nothing to say about it. We encourage it. But when you try to use innocent people, when you suck innocent people into your schemes and take their money just on principle, other people are going to step up and say, no, ma'am, not today. You're the idiot. You were in Canada, Foodie. You had an apartment that your mother helped you to get. I'm sure she helped you. You have a bankruptcy on your record, and I'm sure the landlords looked at that and said, I feel nervous. I'd like a guarantor for the rent. So maybe your mom stepped up and she said, I'll be the guarantor. And then you turned around and you screwed your family over by leaving just because you were too hot-fired, obsessed over Salah. You went back when you didn't have to. And then you had another opportunity. You were in Qatar. You were right there at the halfway point. You could have gone to the airport and gone home. Just taken your bag, go to the airport, and done. But you insisted on staying. So bad choice after bad choice after bad choice. And you expect strangers to compensate you for you being an idiot. And for those who are compensating her for her being an idiot, do you know what that compensation leads to? Her being more of an idiot and you guys being a lot poorer in the pocket. it does not lead to her being smarter or making better choices. You are to make better choices. You want to make sure that she's a good person and that she's going to be independent. Stop helping her. Stop reinforcing the bad behavior and the bad choices. As long as you're there, being her safety net, she's never going to hit the ground, and she's always going to look for people who are vulnerable and who are gullible to suck off of. She is a human tick, sucking the blood out of other people to keep herself going.
Yeah, Bear. Yes, I am, Layla. Give me all your money. I'm just joking.
No, she's not joking. That's her attitude now to everybody. Give me all your money. Give it all to me. I don't care if you're hurting. I don't care if you got bills to pay. I don't care if you got rent to pay. Give me all your money because I need it. I don't care if you need it. Give it to me. Disgusting. Boot beaters, listen to me. Shh. Listen. She gets paid in, let's see, today's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, in about a week. She gets paid in a week. I don't know what her paycheck is. It's not my business. But she gets paid in a week. Her paycheck comes on the 22nd. You understand? She gets paid. She's going to get some money from YouTube. I don't know how much, but she's going to get something. She's not even waiting until she gets her paycheck to come back to you guys and say, okay, this is how much I have socked away. And believe me, she does have money socked away, her emergency money. Plus, she's got her YouTube paycheck. Plus, what she's got from PayPal for the fundraiser. She's got some money socked away. She's got enough money to get home. I did my homework because I'm good like that. And I looked up the cost of an extended stay for a month in Canada, in Ottawa. A fully furnished extended stay would run her about, I would say about maybe less than $2,000. And then she'd have to have some money for food and she'd be good to go. And she's got that amount already. And if she's over there lying to you guys and saying, I don't have a plane ticket, unless she sold her plane ticket, she's still got it. So she's got a way home. She's on a tourist visa. To get approved for a tourist visa, you have to have a return ticket. So she's got a way to get home. She's got money in pocket to get in an extended stay motel room. And she's got money for food. You know, if she's careful, she could scrape by, but she could still get home. Foodie's problem is that she wants to go home in grand style, and she wants all of you to pay for it. She wants more than enough to not only pay for the room, pay for her food. She wants enough money to rent a car and also go to the dispensary and get a bunch of green products and eat a bunch of fast food. She wants you guys to pay for all the extras. Problem is, general public, we got, regular money. And she needs more than regular money, but she's got enough to get herself home if she wants to. No excuses, Foodie. It's not for the public to pay for your party. You understand? I'm sure we'd all like to party in different ways, but it's not for YouTube or your subscribers to pay for your party time. You want that? You earn that.
Hey, Billy. Okay. Stink. I need coffee. Let's see here. Hot cup of Joe.
And some might be wondering, why isn't Foodie freaking out right about now? She should be freaking out about her PayPal being frozen. She should be punching the air. Why isn't she freaking out? I have a possible answer, because she might be taking some stuff, sedating herself so she doesn't freak out. I think that might be it. She's avoiding reality by staying all the way sedated, avoiding the problems because she can. She's in Syria. It's not an immediate concern right now. That way she can just go, whatever. Like it's not a big deal when it's an extremely big deal.
Oh. Friggin' hell. Hey, Nat, lady. Never in a million years, Agathon. Would you live with her?
Let me just add this to what I've been saying. I said a few minutes ago that she could easily go home, and I stand by that. She could. Another one of Chantal's problems, she's got too big of a head, too big of an ego. She wants to go home in grand style because she doesn't want to go home and live simply. Get herself started. She it's very important to her to maintain a certain image in front of girl world. She wants to portray this life that she's doing better than the rest of us, living better than the rest of us. Could she go home and stay in an extended stay motel? Of course she could. And if she had a sense of humor about herself, she could kind of make the best of her situation and make fun of it, make it into a comical thing, like roll with the punches, like just make it into kind of like a funny thing. But she doesn't have that ability. Her ego is too big. She doesn't want to go home, be alone, and have to hear Girl World say, "We told you so," when we did tell her so. We've been telling her for 3 years. To her, staying in an extended stay motel for even a month would be worse than death. Like her ego would take a massive hit. She doesn't want that lesson in humility. And trust me, she needs it. She knows she's going to get crap for it, considering all the crap that she talked about, allegedly FFG living in a Motel 6 when, FFG never did, but just making fun of other people's living situations. And then after her doing that, she's got to stay in an extended stay motel. She knows she's going to get egg on her face. And she just doesn't want that to happen. Hence the reason why she wants to go home in grand style to avoid the embarrassment, avoid the humiliation, and avoid that moment where the reaction channels in girl world says, "I told you so."
She stole my slippers, man. Yeah, I'm selling my ring today. 5 grams of 21 carat.
Dr. Agathon Carver says you could do a million things to make money. Yes, she could. None of which involve scamming the public, lying to the public, grifting people's money. I don't feel sorry for you, Chantal. You brought yourself to this point. No one else did this to you but you. You've been avoiding and running and escaping from accountability, and all of it's starting to catch up with you right now. And you've got no one else to blame but yourself.
Carat gold. Or was it 21 or 24 carat? Hey, Lily. Yes, Nessa. 500-pound giantess. 22 months. You should try the 7-bite Chipotle challenge. Yeah, if I ever get to a Chipotle.
You get there.
Thank you, giantess. Pretty some babies. Oh. And yes, the slippers have more value, even with the dirt from the crack house, than the man she was after. I'm super ugly when I wake up.
There's so much I could say to that, but I'll shut up. I'll be nice. You know what? I'm not going to be nice. Chantal, the kind of ugly that you have is on the inside. And no amount of makeup can fix that. You got ugly on the inside.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect the hijab like that. It's 10 a.m. Anyway, I'm feeling hair reveal at 10K. That would be like kind of a sleazy thing to do, would it not?
That'd be kind of a sleazy thing to do. No worse than anything you've already done. You've done a whole plethora of sleazy things in your lifetime, Chantal. What's one more?
Hey, Teardrop. I know, Monica. Hey, Ted. We've come a long way.
I mean, if we're going to talk about sleazy things, you grifted using a child with special needs. Then you got that money and you ran all the way to Qatar just to eat your face off. You had no problem doing that. But taking off the hijab, that's sleazy compared to that.
I know, but it's not about being married. It's about respecting the religion, you know?
Okay, I'm going to give my thoughts about that. People are asking, will she ever take off the abaya and will she ever take off the hijab? I got a two-part answer to that. The first part is no, she wouldn't take it off immediately because she's very shy about how much weight she's gained. She wants to keep that covered up as much as possible. Like she wants to maintain this skinny girl image, if you will. The second part is I don't think she'd take it off unless she's really, really desperate to make money. And she knows that that would be shocking and that would bring in the views and bring in the money. So she has to be at the absolute bottom of desperation to actually do it. So at first, no, she's not going to take it off because it covers her up. You know, the hijab covers her head and her chins, the abaya covers her body. She doesn't want people seeing those things. It's only going to happen if she gets way down to the bottom of the barrel and she feels, I have to do it. I just have to make that money.
If people want to send me money, if I do that, okay, but I wouldn't ask for it. I'm just joking. I woke up, I don't use creamer.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if somebody actually sent her money to take off the abaya and the hijab and they got a picture and as soon as they got the picture they did a chargeback? Wouldn't that just be something? And then that picture made its way to Twitter. Wouldn't that just be something?
An Arabic coffee? Hey, Elvira. I don't know. I think it's fun. Oh, giantess. Let's get you to Canada. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate you. My teeth. I don't know, Snorkel. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get home. Thank you so much, giantess. Honestly, right now, the super chats are the way to go. I'm appealing. I'm looking into my PayPal being reinstated, but
Good luck with that. Good luck with that, Chantal, because you use your PayPal for ill gotten means. So let's just say on a whim that your PayPal did get reinstated. Do you think it's over? Once PayPal has eyeballs on you, it's not going to stop. So let's just say you did get it reinstated. Do you think it's over at that point? Do you think that they're not going to look at you again or pay attention to all your transactions? They will. They absolutely will. They're going to keep eyeballs on you. Once you're on their radar, you'll stay on their radar. And if you do any nonsense using PayPal again, you'll get reported again. So if you get it reinstated, the next time you pull a grift, they'll probably yank it permanently.
until then, they just asked me for information. Some gargoyle reported it. Get a life. Anyway, who cares? Super chats, I guess. Starbucks.
You know she's hating it right now. She is absolutely hating it. The money that she got on PayPal was the bulk of her income. It was the way that her feedies paid her for content. She was always trying to funnel people to give her money on PayPal because the PayPal money was quickly accessible versus other means like YouTube. YouTube doesn't do like the cash outs. You got to wait a month to get your money. And the PayPal system of payment is like, say, whatever I make this month, I won't see until next month. That's just the way it is. You have to make at least $100 and then you see it the following month. So whatever money she makes this month won't show up until the month after that. She got lazy with YouTube. She just screwed off with YouTube and her money went down on YouTube and now it's the bulk of her income is gone.
Pumpkin patch. If I can get home by then, but I would take a miracle. I feel better though. I feel like I want to go now. No, no fighting. Just oh, my ring, that teardrop.
Even if you sell your ring, Chantal, just one of your beezers, how in the world are they going to get it? You're just going to magically teleport it across time and space to where they are? How are they going to get the ring? You're going to find a mailbox somewhere and mail it. You're going to send a picture of it.
There's a store. No, not online. It's being sold at a place here, a gold place. Cash for gold.
No one's going to buy your ring, ma'am. It's not encrusted in diamonds. No one is going to buy your ring.
It's like yesterday you were completely convinced, and today you did not seem like you were. No, I've always been convinced. I was just, had a sad moment because breaking up is never easy to do. But yeah, I feel like it feels easy, a lot easier today.
So, for people in the chat, there's this comment right here. Somebody suggesting for her to do Apple Pay. Here's my theory about Chantal and her money. She's still got an open bankruptcy. She even said that herself recently, that it's not all the way paid for. I don't know what she paid, if anything. But way, way back in the day, Chantal thought that bankruptcy would be erased. And to her rude surprise, it wasn't erased, and that is part of the problem. But I feel that she reported her YouTube earnings to the government. She had to disclose her income, so they know about that. So they know about her YouTube income, and this is just a theory now. Because of the government or the tax man knowing about her YouTube income, that's why she's been slacking with her content, making it seem like she doesn't make much money. And she has been, behind the scenes doing the feedy content, doing stuff that involves PayPal because she can kind of hide part of her income, the bulk of her income, using PayPal. I don't think the government knows about PayPal, that they're not looking at her PayPal. And that's why she's having people funnel money that way versus what shows up on YouTube. But situations like this person who's suggesting use Apple Pay, that leaves a paper trail. And the government, I'm sure, knows about her bank account. So she's looking for means where there's not so much of a paper trail.
After a good cry. Excuse me. And it makes it easier that it's mutual. Like I don't feel like I'm, like we had a good talk last night and we both have to live the life we want, I know I look weird. Agatha. It's not true. Becca, let's get you home. Aw. Thank you, Becca.
I know right now Foodie is wanting to punch the air because yes, people are sending her super chats, but YouTube takes their 30%. They always do right off the top. She's hating that.
Appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I could do like a 12-hour fundraising live stream for super chats. Hey, Trader.
Maybe you could. Maybe you could. Maybe you need to sit down and think about how can I be entertaining for 12 hours to, poke at people to give me money. Instead of just sticking your hand out and saying, give me, give something back. For once in your life, do an entertaining live stream and do more than just sit there, seal, and smoke your shisha and eat your food. Actually be an entertainer versus calling yourself one.
Thanks, lady. Yeah. No. Gold is like a set price um, per gram.
Even if she sold her ring locally, even if they gave her $30, how long is that going to last, Chantal? That's basically a snack run to the grocery store and then the money's spent.
You can even download an app like the price of gold. So universally, they give you the same price. And the price of for gold right now is good per gram. It's like 100 and something, 150 US or something like that. That per gram we'd be getting.
Oh, look who's in the chat. Look who just showed up. Amberlyn.
Is that the?
Hey, Amberlyn. You got a big channel. You're making money. Why don't you help your buddy Foodie get back to Canada? You got lots of money, girlfriend. Why don't you help the girl out? You're only giving her $20. You could dip in your pocket and give her a couple of grand.
Real Amberlyn? No. Is it? I know how it feels.
Why don't you call up Amberlyn and say, hey, girl, I've fallen on hard times. Can you help me out? Maybe she will. Maybe she won't. She got the money.
To love someone, but know deep down it is better to only be friends. I'm proud of you for your strength. Wow. Thank you, Amberlyn. I appreciate you. And yeah, you've had, issues with relationships too that you can relate. It's really hard making that decision for yourself. And for him too, like, if you just don't feel right for each other, no matter how much you love each other, how much you know, how much handsome they are, you'll always have their pictures. Thanks, Lily. It is heartbreaking, but you know, who knows, Amberlyn? Maybe one day we can go to Cheesecake Factory together.
Yeah, right. Like that's ever going to happen. You and Amber both, you've got egos the size of Colorado. As if she'd ever do a live stream with you. You know what? It might actually be great content thinking about it. Because I'm sure that if they did a live stream together or a video, what are the chances that Foodie wouldn't be able to use her filter? So go ahead and do that stream, please.
Hey, Coffee's Bay. Well, I have Bay coffee right now. I'll miss the Arabic coffee. There's gonna be. Look, I can go to Adonis and get Arabic stuff. Although I don't really want to step foot in that place ever again, honestly. Come to Australia? Yeah, maybe someday. Aristana. 8:30 a.m. It's 10 here.
Can you guys imagine Amber Lynn and Foodie in the same room? There would be a fight. Those two narcissists in the same room, both of them wanting the most attention, there's going to be a big girl fight.
I can buy what at the dollar store? Thanks, lady. You're going to college, Iona? Farm boy bees. Is it hot there? Not right now, but. Oh, it's per ounce? Maybe it's an ounce. I don't know. So, may as well sell my ring. I'm not going to really need it. I'm not going to wear it in Canada and be reminded. Get home foodie camping. Yes, that's what I need.
What you need to do is take care of yourself, take some accountability, and stop expecting and looking towards other people to save you and rescue you from the situations that you put yourself in. You're 41 years old. It's time to learn. You can't always count on other people to save you and clean up your mess. That's the problem with you now. Your entire life, there have been entirely too many people rescuing you and cleaning up your mess. Expecting Pete's, your family, your Beezers, everybody to give in to your tears, your tantrums, your manipulation, and not just simply letting you fall. It's okay to fall. It's okay to lose a battle if it means you can win a war. It's okay to be defeated sometimes. Sometimes you learn from being defeated.
I'd like to have, Pete as a roommate, but I think he's apprehensive. I said I know I changed my mind a lot, but no, he said it's because he's not financially stable.
Nope, he can't help you. All of his money is gone. He doesn't have the room. And knowing you, if you did move in with Pete's, you'd be constantly asking him for money he does not have.
So we'll see. He doesn't have a job. Oh, sorry, teardrop. You dreaming, no thanks. I'm very sad this is happening, but you never know. Maybe later in life you will find each other again. If it's meant to be, I'm sure you will reunite again. That's exactly it, teardrop. Uh, you're 100% right, yeah.
Drader says, I'm suspicious of this breakup, to be honest with you guys. Shani and Rev did a fake breakup scam to gain financially. Yeah, that happened. I don't cover Shani and Rev, but I did hear about the breakup. And again, let's look at the circumstances, Beezers. Use your common sense. Foodie is talking about a separation, but the separation has not happened. She's still there with Salah. They are not divorced. They are separated, but still living together. So she's still there. She's not even in Canada right now. So she is still around Salah. She's talking about going home, but she hasn't gone home yet. So does anybody over there have anything that they can really put stock into? They can really believe in, like, this is really going to happen? This is really happening? Not really, because she's famous for changing her mind. This could all be a money scam of like grifting money. And the next thing you know, after all the money's been collected, she says, oh, we worked it out. As long as she's there, the possibility is still real that she may change her mind and then she's got the money in pocket and there's nothing that anyone can do.
Let go and let God. It's true. Hire him to be a butler. Thanks, Layla. Yeah, I know, Lily. We don't like It's not a. It's a platon. Purely, he's like family. He's suspicious of this breakup. To be honest, Shannon Rowe did a fake breakup scam to gain financially. Yeah,
Yep.
well, I'm not them, Drader. Come on.
No, you're actually you're worse. Actually, Shani and Rev are pretty bad. I think you and Shani and Rev are, neck and neck as far as being sleazy, easy, nasty, will do anything for money. Like you're all in the same dumpster together.
Me, every penny I've earned from people.
Earned? How did you earn money from people?
Well, every penny they've earned and given to me to help.
Right. That's better. That's better. Thank you for correcting yourself. Every bit of money that they have earned, that they've given to you, and that you've misused and abused.
When I get home, I have in my savings.
What savings? Wait, what? Let me hear that again, please. I need to hear that.
Hired him to be a butler. Thanks, Layla. Yeah, I know, Lily. We don't like. It's not a. It's a platon. Purely, he's like family. He's suspicious of this breakup. To be honest, Shannon Rowe did a fake breakup scam to gain financially. Yeah, well, I'm not them, Drader. Come on. Me, every penny I've earned from people. Well, every penny they've earned and given to me to help me get home, I have in my savings. and it's being used only to move. So
That part. Every money that I have, bit of money I have in savings. So you have some savings. You have an emergency fund. I said that. Did I not say that? Because Foodie is stupid when it comes to her money. She spends money like it's going out of style. Money gets in her pocket and it burns a hole in her pocket. She's got to spend it immediately. But she's not stupid, y'all. She has an emergency fund of some kind socked away somewhere on her person. I don't know if Salon knows about it. I don't know how much she has, maybe a couple of grand or so, but she's got savings. She's got enough to get home.
which I will need. You know, I do want to go. I do really want to go. So I'd love to go for October, but that's so soon. I don't know if that's possible.
Let me tell you guys my theory about why she's in such a hurry to get home to Canada, why she's sweating so hard over the possibility of not getting there when she wants to get there. It has to do with YouTube. It has to do with the three highest paying months of the year for YouTubers: October, November, December. It's currently the middle of September right now. And if it takes her 3 or 4 months to get all the money needed to get back to Canada, she's going to miss the three highest paying months of the year for YouTubers. But let's take it a step further. Let's consider this: her feedies. I'm sure they pay the best and they want the most content during those 3 months, especially Thanksgiving. Because what do you do during Thanksgiving? You spend time with family and you do what? Say it with me: you eat. So she's in a hurry to get that money together so she doesn't miss the open window of opportunity to go back to Canada, do all the feedy content that she can, get all that YouTube revenue, and line her pockets. If it takes too long to get the money together, she's going to miss that window.
Meeting Julia, yes. No, I don't have to pay my husband. Survive and thrive. Thanks, Ethan. Don't buy any solar panels for anyone. No. I need to forget the hair plugs. I need a new tooth. Thank you very much for the good luck. No, nobody has to pay anybody's spouse support. It's not like that. Completely just go and divorce. That's it.
Yeah, let's talk about Salah for a minute. They're supposed to be married, right? So if you're a husband and you're separating from your wife and she gave up everything to be with you by her choice and she's got to go home to her home country and she's hurting for money, why can't you, Salah, step up and help her out? Why aren't you the first person she's going to and saying, hey, can you help me out with expenses for traveling?
It's a journey. You need hair plugs. I don't know. I'll just be bald. Maybe I'll shave my head again. In Alberta? I've never been to Alberta. I don't think I have to be there at all for the divorce. That you can take care of it all.
There's so many things that Foodie can do to make money. Like maybe Keemstar will take her on for a short while. Maybe she can make some money from that. I'm sure there's a million things you could do besides scam people for money.
I could man. I don't know about that. That's exhausting. Especially in Syria. I don't want to do that. My hair is, I like to hear, it's long.
No, you don't. Stop, Foodie, stop lying to people. Look at my hair. Do you see this? Do you see it? You and me, we have the same hair type. I've got very fine, thin hair. It's a thing. Okay. I used to have a little bit of thick hair and then COVID happened and I don't know how that messes with your hair, but it does. But you and I have the same hair type, girl. What do you mean? When you've got thin, fine hair, it's a pain in the butt. You can't do much with it. It's like paintbrush hair. It is what it is. Okay, it is what the F it is. But you don't have hair down to your butt. That would take several years to grow. And that's if you're eating a good diet, healthy food to help it grow. You ain't been doing that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Stop lying to people. If I don't have hair down to my butt, you don't have hair down to your butt. Stop lying.
How do I treat Pete's badly?
You want us to count the ways? This person that you call your best friend that you've known since high school? How do I treat Pete's badly? Let's see. Off the top of my head, you were in a relationship with Pete's. Let's see. Let's go back to high school. All the way back then. You talked crap about Pete's in high school. The name Pete's, that's actually a shorter version of the name that he was called in high school. He was bullied in high school and called Pizza Face. That's where the name Pete's came from. And Foodie calls him Pete's, and that's not nice. So you were in high school, you liked Pete's, but behind his back, you were talking crap. And I also heard that you were showing pictures of his private parts to people. So there's that. You got into a relationship with him, and he really didn't want to be in a relationship with you, but he kind of gave in to you. You guys were involved with each other. He was engaged to you, and you cheated on him. And he was so much in love with you that he said, I don't care who you sleep with, just don't leave me. And you left him anyway for BB. While you were with BB, you were still getting money from Pete's. And then when BB had enough of your crap and kicked you out, not you leaving, he kicked you out, because we all know you don't leave men, they leave you. You went to Pete's because Pete's had a good job at the time and good credit. And Pete was the one who put his name on the dotted line of the villa, and that's how you were able to live there. You were never an official tenant of the villa, you were just a guest. You paid the rent and the bills. He put his name on the dotted line. That was the deal. And then when you were done with the villa and you went to Salah, you left Pete with a $5,000 damage bill to the villa. And also, while you were at the villa, you were borrowing his medication. You ran up his credit cards to where he couldn't even go get therapy. You were talking crap about him in your little car vlogs. Whenever you were around Natter and you want to be with Natter, you're like, oh, it'd be so good if I were living alone. You wanted Pete to leave you with the villa and just walk out. You've walked all over Pete in so many ways, and I'm not a Pete's fan. He's on my shit list too for the way he treated BBJ. He was just out of pocket for that. Grabbing onto her face when she had rotted teeth and saying no mercy. Yeah, I got something to say to Pete in Minecraft about that. But getting back to you, everybody in your life that's ever known you personally in real life, you treated like crap. And that is why, Foodie, that here you are in this tough situation. You want to go back to Canada, and not a single person that you know or that you're related to is stepping up and saying, I will help you. Not your mom, not your stepdad, not your sister, not your uncle, not your grandfather, not Pete's, not nobody. You've burned every personal bridge you have. No one is willing to help you, and no one can help you. You put yourself in a corner of your own design. Congratulations.
Excuse me? Do you know how long I've supported him as a friend? And he's done a lot for me, but I've done a lot for him too. You don't know anything. Gee, Bella, get a life. Yeah, Barb, we can get a divorce here. Shave head, life beats. Shave head for money. Why am I selling my ring? Well, because when I leave here, I won't need it, and I could use the money to get home.
What's $30 going to do for you? $30 is not going to make that much of a difference. That's snack money. And isn't it kind of telling y'all that she's with Salah, still there, and she's talking about selling her ring already? Most people I know, if the relationship is over, they don't immediately think about selling the ring. They might hang on to it for a little bit because it means something to them. And it's a sentimental thing. It's a love thing. And it sometimes takes a while to let something like that go.
No. Oh.
Dr. Agathon Carver says all Pete is doing is waiting for Chantal to come back. Well, he can keep waiting because even if she comes back, she's not going to live with him. She knows that if she ever lived with Pete, he's got no more money to give her. He's got nothing to give her. It would be kind of her detriment to live with Pete because, like, what could he offer her? What resources could he offer her that she could use? Nothing. I mean, she's over there talking about, I need $10,000 to go home to Canada for me. But bringing another person in, that's just extra expenses that she can't afford.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. T. Layla says someone said they were looking up airport flights and they were $300 from Damascus to Canada. There you go, Foodie. So why do you need 10 grand for?
I hope I don't hear the doorbell. I'm joking. Have I checked what out, Layla? They're not 300. No, they're not.
Really? One moment, please. Okay, since Foodie's like, oh, there's no flights. I love like proving her wrong. I really do. All right, Foodie, since you're over there saying there's no flights, check this out. Pay attention. I know it's hard for you to pay attention, but pay attention. So I did a search. This is just one site. I don't know about a $300 flight. I don't know if you can get something that cheap. But Qatar Airways, you like Qatar. So to get home one way, $652. Less than a grand. You got two stops, $652, the cheapest one. Recommended, $711. Alternate dates, nearby airports, 635. And this would be if you left on the 30th. You've got that money in hand right now. You've got your little emergency fund socked away, and you got that money from PayPal and whatever else you have in the bank, and you have your check coming from YouTube. So what do you mean that you can't go home right now? What is this BS about I can't go home? You can certainly go home. Yes, you can. Let's keep going.
Yeah, if you want a really cheap flight, some of them are like 5 stops. No thanks. I think I could.
So she's complaining about, oh, there's too many stops. Well, then that just proves you really don't want to go home because it's inconvenient. 5 stops might actually be to your benefit, Foodie, because you're not sitting on an airplane for too long of amount of a time. You got to worry about blood clots in your legs. You at your current weight, it's dangerous for you to fly anyway, but having more stops might be better for you to prevent the blood clots because, with all the different stops, you can get off the airplane, you can walk around, you can stretch your legs a bit. So that might actually be better.
Could get one if I were to leave. Like, it depends when I'm leaving. The flight costs are always changing. So, right, if I want to leave now and book for a month from now, I could probably get one for 700. Yeah.
I just showed a flight for about 600, 700. So what are you talking about? And if you try to leave during the holiday season, the price might jump all the way up, especially during Christmas time. Because the flights are going to be more booked in December, I would feel, because people are traveling for the holidays.
No, I don't want to get in it. I will never get in another relationship.
That's because no one's going to want you. And I know that's a nasty thing to say. That's a mean girl thing to say. But considering your way of attracting men is with money and you're running out of money, that means you can't rely on that to do all the attraction for you. No one's going to accept you as you are, as awful as you are. They're going to look at you and go, nope, too much, way too much. Too much hassle, too much of a burden for too little money. No one's going to sign on to be your paid companion if you can't pay them.
Paper clips in the chat if Nora shows up. No, they're welcome here. Just look at me right now. Good morning. Come to Georgia. We are in the house right now, Bed of Roses. Yeah, 5 stops. Was anime unlocked? Angela.
And as far as anime is concerned, it doesn't matter if he's blocked in her chat. They talk offline. Best believe they talk offline. If he has a chance that he might be giving her money, he's got her phone number. He can still send her messages. Who cares if he's talking to her on YouTube, they talk to each other offline.
No, because what happened with anime, I'm not dating anyone. They can all ask your mama. Why would I ask your mama? You haven't seen the whole house. This is just one room. Visit New Zealand. You guys are sweet. Pete's Megasaurus. Pete is my best friend. He's my brother. There's no romantic attraction feelings at all.
There doesn't have to be. Foodie, if you are in an unhappy marriage, according to you, and it's time to go, you can move in with somebody and not be knocking boots with them. You can move in with somebody and just be on a friend basis. I mean, if you're in a situation like you are now, where times are tough, and you're like, I got to do something, and I'm looking for a solution that works. And if there's a possibility of moving in with somebody as a friend, and they are a friend, and it's there, you should take it. Although Pete doesn't have any money right now and he can't really offer you anything, but if there that was on the table, that would be to your benefit. Actually, it might be better for you to live with someone that you're not like getting crazy over.
On both ends, I'm sure. Hey, Angela. Yeah. Can be a friend. Stay single, wish I was. Teardrop. So what happened with anime was I had my Instagram notifications on and we were cuddling here on the couch. Oh no, is someone here? Billy. And the minute I got off my live, or even I think I was on my live, announcing we were separating. Thanks, Danny Love.
She's smiling right now because she knows she's about to tell a great big lie and paint this picture of Salah got jealous. No, he's not. He's done.
Anime messaged me on Instagram and was like, "Hey, so sorry to hear about your separation, but does that mean we can?" And there was a
I have to wonder if the reason why Chantal never jumped on the possibility of being with someone like Anime, who looks a lot like Nads, who's all into her feety fetish, why she never jumped on that possibility is because maybe she's afraid if Anime saw her in the flesh, in the real, he saw what she really looked like he wouldn't want her. She doesn't want the possibility of rejection. Like once he got a real sense of who she really was, then the fantasy for him would be over and he would reject the crap out of her.
picture of him, and Salah saw that. And he was like freaking out.
No, he's not.
So he's like,
The only reason why she's saying this is because people in her own chat have been saying, hey, since you're done with Salah, can I have his number? People are actively chasing him. I don't know why, but they are. But so she's got to paint this picture of people are chasing me too.
it's like you blocked him. I thought you blocked him. Anime looks like a white nattered kind of, but not with jack teeth, but like a lot. He moves quick.
I've done cards on Anime before, Chantal. The two of you have gone back and forth with each other. You've had your on again, off again moments where you're good for a while, and then you buck up to him, and then he bucks up to you. You guys go more back and forth than you and Natter. And he doesn't trust you, and he's not in love with you. He's just hoping that you come back to Canada and you'll do content for him. Maybe he can sell it somewhere. I don't know.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I felt bad because he was really mad. Yeah, Agathon. Hey, chocolate butterfly. He's been waiting. Like the minute, I swear. It was, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Isn't that what you want, though? You've been dying to have a man chase you. And here's someone chasing you. I mean, you love the attention. Is this going to be a case of unrequited lust or love or something between you two? Like, always keep him waiting, always keep him chasing because you want to keep that attention up?
I need to turn, I'm like, oh my gosh. I need to turn my, I don't have the picture anymore. Or I would, I don't think I would put it public, but I have you privately. But no, it's a pic he sent me, Teardrop. Oh, you mean because everyone else saw it? I don't remember where they saw it, his picture.
And here's an example of why I say that there are some people in Chantal's chat, they do not have her best interest at heart and they are not her friends. Here's a comment right here. Dr. Agathon Carver saying, Beauty, do some feedy stuff on the side for money. How hard can it be to dribble some ranch sauce on your chin? So there are people in her chat, some of her beezers that are encouraging her that even though she's over 500 pounds and she's got diabetes up the wazoo, high blood pressure, high blood sugar also up the wazoo, her blood sugar is normally in the 300s and that's her normal. They're saying, go ahead and do some feedy content. And they have the nerve to talk about girl world. And we're a bunch of jerks. That we're horrible people. We're hateful people. You know what, Dr. Agathon Carver? I don't like Foodie. I will never like Foodie. But one thing you will never hear me say and never see me do is that I'm someone that I've dealt with food addiction. I would never encourage the addiction of another addict. If I knew about their addiction, whatever it was, I would not trigger them on purpose. I would not encourage their addiction because I know how harmful addiction can be. It can be quite deadly if it goes too far. It's damaging even if it doesn't go too far. And you're over here as a beezer. You're supposed to be a friend, right? And you're encouraging her to do feedy content. You're supposed to be friendly with Foodie Beauty. And she's already over 500 pounds and she's sick as all heck. And you're encouraging her to do feedy content. Chantal, you call girl world haters. But the real haters are in your own chat. They're wearing friendly faces and they're saying friendly words sometimes, but between the friendly words are the toxic messages to encourage you in your addiction. I think you got who you think the haters are all backwards. Because the people that you call haters, you hate us because we don't co-sign on your bull crap. We won't go along with your nonsense and we'll call it out. How many of us haters have said things to you that you honestly need to listen to? Chantal, don't go to Syria. Don't go to Kuwait. This guy Salah does not care about you. Go to therapy. Go to a doctor. Get your health checked. Have we not said that to you? Many, many times over. Every reactor has said that to you. And you don't listen. You don't want to listen because you want to keep up this toxic narrative and have people around you that agree with your toxic lifestyle and your toxic narrative, such as this person, Dr. Agathon Carver. These people are encouraging you to get closer to the grave. And if something happens to you and you end up there, they're just going to go over to another channel and support somebody else who might be eating themselves into the grave. They're just trying to get their rocks off, watching somebody basically do a snuff film in slow motion. So I don't want to hear nothing from you about we're the haters ever again.
They found his picture somehow. Does anyone know? I don't know. When Chantal gets home and it hits, I'll be crying with her. Yeah, Salah's getting plenty of offers too, right?
Yeah, so like he's getting offers and she's like, I don't want to be left out. I don't want to look like the loser. So I have to act like somebody actually wants me. She's always got to act like somebody wants her. That's how she seeks out validation. The more men that want her, the more she feels like she's more, I don't know, feminine, a woman, valued. That's where she places her value.
Yes, Bear. So that's why he blocked him, because he was like, dude, a jungle in Africa. Yeah, they're just trying to make me mad, exactly. Hackathon, yeah, true. And after, last time, I don't think that will happen again, but who knows? Anyway, I won't be here, so can't expect the man. He's like 31. He's like in his prime. What am I going to expect? Oh, goodness. Whenever Sasa sees these, she goes, Wawa, Wawa, which means like hurt. Thank you, Bindi. Actually, I haven't taken my medication in a couple days. Hey, page 22.
And that's not smart of you. So she just said, I haven't taken my brain pills in a couple of days. Well, when it comes to antidepressants, you have to take them on the regular. If you skip your medication, it doesn't work as well or doesn't work at all.
Bucket.
So let's recap. She's not taking her brain pills, her antidepressants as she should. She's not taking insulin. Like you are playing with fire, Foodie. And I have to seriously wonder. I have to ask the question: Are are you deliberately doing things to sabotage yourself? Because maybe you're doing it because you're hoping that you pass in Syria, so you don't have to leave. Like, do you have a death wish? You're not taking no insulin. You're not taking your brain pills. I don't know if you're taking medication for your diabetes, if you've run out or what, but everything you're doing, it just feels like you want to pass in Syria so you don't have to go home.
Wow, Claudia, what'd you do?
And maybe that's another reason why Salah wants her to go back to Canada, y'all, because we see what we see through her camera. But if Salah is there in person, having real life interaction with her, and if she's falling a lot, if she's got other health problems that we don't know about, we don't see, like maybe problems with her feet or problems with her mobility or breathing, he might be looking at all that, taking stock and going, this is really getting serious. I really need to get her out of here before something bad happens. Because if something bad happens, he ain't ready for that and he doesn't know what to do with that.
I need to go back to bed. I heard something. Yeah, some people do. You're not going anywhere with $900. Well, I gotta stay here till I make the money. Whether I don't know, save.
You know, what's interesting is that Sunburst Tarot, and I think even Neo Tarot, but I know for sure Sunburst Tarot, she did a reading on Foodie Beauty, and her reading said clearly that when Chantal wants to leave, she would not be able to leave. She'd kind of be stuck. She actually did a couple of readings saying that when Foodie wants to leave, she would not be able to, like she would be essentially be stuck in Syria.
It, which will take a few months, but
Yeah, a few months. A few months, Foodie. If that's true, if it's going to take you a few months, that means you won't be able to get back to Canada until after the holiday season. You're going to miss the big YouTube paydays. Wah, wah.
no, Helena. Cordyceps? Thanks, Iona. I'm excited to go too. I'm excited to. Obviously, I'm gonna miss Salah, but I'm also excited, like, super excited to just bees.
So she's not interested in taking the money she gets from people and like being wise with the money and setting herself up in Canada. She's like, I'm excited to bees. So she's already got plans in her head that if she gets extra money in pocket, she's going to get effed up in Canada. And we know what that means.
You know,
Are you already planning a visit to the outhouse, Foodie? Are you already planning in your head to go to the dispensary and wipe them out of all their stock?
and wear costumes. I want to go to Spirit Halloween's. Why am I leaving?
You know what, Foodie? I am so tired. I'm tired of you, and I'm tired of you talking about all the things you're going to do. You do this a lot. I want to do this. I want to do that. You talk about things, but you don't do things. Hence the problem. You talk about things to get people excited and hopeful for you actually getting off your butt and doing something and going somewhere. But you're putting all of these thoughts out there in front of the public because you're hoping that they will do something about it versus you. I want to go here. I want to do this. So if you want those things bad enough, why aren't you using those thoughts and those feelings as motivation to get off your butt and find a way to make it actually happen? No, you're relying on other people to make your dreams happen for you. And no one is in a place where they can help you. Not the way you need help.
Because I'm just not made for this life, man.
And you're just now figuring it out.
Yeah, maybe Lila. But no, he would never be picking out potential men. There's no way. Guys, I'm gonna be asexual. That's it. I don't mind. Trust me. I don't. They want me back in Canada and then they report my PayPal. So, whatever. It's only a couple of stupid.
You know what, Foodie? That should tell you everything you need to know. How many times we heard you say, all of these reaction channels, they depend on me. I pay their bills, I pay their rent. If that's the case, where's my money, bitch? You're short this month. Although I make my own damn money. I work for myself. YouTube is just like whatever money. Okay, I'm a small channel. It's whatever money. It's like whatever. But you've always claimed that you pay our bills and you pay our rent. If that were true, then why aren't people leaving your PayPal alone and the GoFundMe? Maybe because what you're saying is not true, that we don't depend on you for our income and our livelihood, that maybe it's the principle of the thing, that no one is okay with you ripping people off and scamming and grifting, that is the principle of the thing. The principle is what's making people angry. You being dishonest and slimy and snaky and trying to get money out of people, and it's gone on too much and too long.
The gargoyle. My family will not. My family. No.
Ooh, that reaction was telling. Let's see that again. Your family what? Your family what? Tell us about the family.
And wear costumes. I want to go to Spirit Halloween's. Why am I leaving? Because I'm just not made for this life, man. Yeah, maybe Lila. But no, he would never be picking out potential men. There's no way. Guys, I'm gonna be asexual. That's it. I don't mind. Trust me. I don't. They want me back in Canada and then they report my PayPal. So, whatever. It's only a couple of stupid gargoyle. My family will not. My family. No. There's only one person in my family that has money, and he's very not giving with it.
What she's trying to say, what she doesn't want to say to her audience is, yeah, there are people in my family that have money, that work hard. Her mother, Smee, works, makes money. I've also heard that her stepdad is a truck driver, and truck drivers make doggone good money. Between the both of them, I'm sure they have a very nice life. But she's burned them. She has burned her own family. Natalie's not going to give her money. Uh, Her aunt Phyllis, she's burned her too by streaming out her house, made Aunt Phyllis feel a certain kind of way about that. Pete doesn't have money to give her, doesn't have a room he can give her. No one around her can help her. And the person that she's talking about that has money, her grandfather in Florida, oh, he's nope. He's not going to give her money. That's why she's shaking her head when it comes to her family, because she knows the doors are locked. They're done with her. She's burned them. The ones that were open to her, she's burned them. And they told her no. You got to know that was the first phone call she made to them. Hey, can you help me out? And they all told her the same thing. Nope, 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 nope. When you were here the last time, we tried to help you. We overextended ourselves to help you, and you screwed us over. So no, no do-overs, no rewind. Figure this out on your own. They don't want to get burned again.
Yeah, Helena.
Like if she's over here telling her chat, my family won't help me, you in the chat should be asking her why. What happened? What is it that you did that would make your family refuse you help? Why aren't they even offering you a room or a couch to sleep on? Ask the questions, chat. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. If none of her family is helping her, there has to be a reason why. Because normally family helps each other, especially in crisis situations. So if no one in her family is offering help, ask why. Wonder why. What did she do? I guarantee you she did something. And it must have been pretty bad for them to shut her down now.
So basically, I have to submit some information. I'll find out if it goes back up or not. If not, I'll just have to do live streams and raise money through super chats, which will take longer, but whatever.
Well, this might be the motivation that you need to get off your butt, stop being lazy, and actually care about your channel. If that's all you got left, if that's your only option for making money, that means no more stealing, no more sitting on your butt and smoking the shisha and being lazy and making dull conversation. You have to actually put some thought into your content again. You need a kick in the butt, Chantal. It needed it for a long time. You need the kick in the butt. You need to change things. This could be what you need in crisis situations, struggle situations. When your back is against the wall, you got two choices. Either stay with your back against the wall and don't move and suffer, or fight your way off that wall and move. You gotta move. You got to. You ain't got no choice now.
Postmenopausal? I think so. A couples channel? Oh, good question. No idea. Yeah, if I do JM. It's hard and mature to do this. I couldn't. Yeah.
You know, Chantal, thinking about it, somebody in the chat is asking about your grandfather. Most grandparents love their grandchildren, love their granddaughters, love their grandsons. I had a set of grandparents, love them to death, and I miss them to this day. But isn't it very telling that you have a grandfather and you are his granddaughter and he's not willing to help you when he's got money? Grandpa has got you clocked. And if he's got money and if grandpa is saying to you, his granddaughter, I'm not helping you, that's telling all unto itself.
It is, but um, I really want like a Villa 2.0.
Well, you're not going to get it. That was during Crackhead Olympics, and that was lightning in a battle, and it's only happened once. And you did not take that once where you were making all that money and put the money to good use. You wasted it, and you can't get it back. There will never be a Crackhead Olympics ever again, y'all. It was lightning in a bottle. It happened one time. And even if Chantal managed to get back to Canada and get herself a room and go bananas, okay, so she's going bananas. It might be entertaining content for a while, but the circumstances are going to be different. She's going to be different. She doesn't have the energy that she used to. She doesn't have the health that she used to. She will be coming back to Canada 200 pounds heavier than when she left. And she's got more health problems than when she left. She doesn't have the energy. And even if she got a ton of party favors to give her energy to stream all night, which that's a possibility, her doing that, can her body put up with it? Her heart is in bad condition. Her lungs, her kidneys, all of it, bad condition. Does she have even enough health left for her body to be put to the test like that? I say no. It's not going to hit the same. It's not going to be the same.
Lily. Thanks, Layla. I will, Meg. Plasma. Can you give plasma when you have diabetes, or are you gonna?
What? People are suggesting for her to Donate plasma for money. Wow.
Thanks, Metal Face Mark. When my kids were little, they wanted money, so I was like, well, kids find a way, so they made lemonade. I would have bought a whole jug of it. I love lemonade stands. A vlog only channel, make this 1 year live streams? Hmm. Yeah, maybe I could do something. Yeah, something with it.
People in the chat are giving her ideas on how to raise money and how to get money quick. They're saying turn the couples channel into a vlog channel. For Chantal, that would mean more work. How exactly is she going to turn that into a vlog channel when she's already having trouble doing regular live streams on her channel because the internet is not the best? How would that even work?
It's gonna be sad. Bald women are attractive. Yeah, true, Lila. That's for sure, Bear. Yeah. That's okay, Lila. No problem. Everything.
Look at the people in her chat. You got Lila Bell saying, I wish I had money to give, and I would. The economy has been so expensive. I'm sorry. Lila, you shouldn't be apologizing to Chantal that you can't give her money. If you don't have money, you don't have money. If anything, Chantal should be given to you guys. Never once has she done a giveaway on her channel when she's had money to do giveaways and do gift cards and all that. She's always been a taker. She's never been a giver. It's ridiculous that people in her chat that are just barely scraping by are apologizing they can't give her money when the situation that Chantal is in, she put herself in and she could have fixed many times over.
Thing will remind me of him this life. Yeah, it's gonna take time. Yeah, he's always happy when I come home.
I don't think he's happy this time. I think you've been talking to Pete and you're putting pressure on him to do GoFundMe's and put himself at risk on your behalf. Like you're putting pressure on your best friend to do scammy things that might land him in trouble.
Yeah,
And if he was your friend, you wouldn't be asking him to do things like that.
Layla, I gotta be careful. So, Nadia and Frank. La shukran. I can't room with just anyone.
You know, Chantal talks about her situation as being desperate, but there are many people in her own chat that have said, hey, you can come stay with me. I got an extra room. You can stay with me. They're offering up all kinds of solutions of things she could do, and she keeps shooting them all down. Why? Because none of those solutions would satisfy her ego. She wants to be by herself. She wants to be living in grand style in a nice, big, pretty villa. And yet, that's not going to happen. She doesn't have the money to make that happen, nor do her beezers. Beggars can't be choosers, Chantal, and you are begging right now hard. And when people are coming forward, extending their hand of help because the hand isn't full of money, you're refusing the help. So I guess whatever situation you're in, it's not that bad, eh? I guess you really don't want to go home.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but religious wise. Yeah, true, Bear. That's true. I do miss going to Pennington's.
All this talk about shopping and beesing and doing party favors, that's all she cares about. That's all she's focused on. She's not even having the moment right now that she should be having. That self realization moment of, I really screwed up. like things are really, really bad and I'm low on money and I put myself in this corner. How do I get myself out of this corner and how do I stay out? Like there's no wake up moment, there's no epiphany happening of this is crazy. This is really bad. I need to figure out a way to get out of this and go home and stay out of this. I need to learn to be more responsible. No, that's not happening. She's still in that entitled, immature, I want to party frame of mind. And I guarantee you, Beezers, that even if she found her way to Canada, even if you gave her $10,000, she's got it in hand. She takes the plane ride home. She finds a place to live. In 30 days after that, she's going to be coming to you guys for more money, making excuses. It's going to be a never ending cycle. And the only way you break a cycle like this is don't feed the entitlement, starve it to death.
You know? So, like, I was there and we got like two huge bags of sunflower seeds. Like, that's like custom.
Shut up. She's starting to babble now.
I'm selling my ring. She has siblings, yeah. Canadian snacks, yes. Oh, that's cute, Layla.
I'm like skipping ahead to see if there's anything of interest here. I might dip out in a minute.
Yeah. No, Nana. 9 or 10. I have 3 grandkids with autism and 2 nonverbal, and 2 their mom. She will never be.
Oh, here we go. Ransom 13 says folks are saying you had to have a flight home booked when you flew into Beirut. Yep. Yep. For her to be a tourist, in order for her to be accepted into a country, she has to have a return ticket home. Now, I don't know if she still has the ticket. I don't know if she sold it for money or it's still on her person, but before she entered Syria, she had to have a return ticket. So technically, she should still have it unless she did something with it. But she did have one. And if she sold the ticket, that's on her.
Able to be alone. Aww. Yeah, autism is hard, especially like I don't feel like I should have to, but I mean, it should say one way, right?
There's no way. There's no way for her to be a tourist going international and any country being okay with a one-way ticket. They want insurance to know that when it's time for you to leave, you will leave. They would not accept her if she flew in with a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
Because they don't want people who are tourists to stay in their country. They want them to come in, visit, do their business, and leave.
No, they spread lies without any proof of anything, and then people say I'm a liar. Like, the irony in that is literally everything they say is a lie to their audience.
Ma'am, you're lying right now. You've been lying this whole stream, telling people that you don't have the money to go home when you do have it. You may not have a lot, you may barely have enough, but you got it. You got money stashed away in an emergency fund because I just can't see you being anywhere completely flush of money. I no. I think you got money on your person, stacked away. Maybe Salah doesn't know about it. Maybe you're trying to prevent him from knowing about it, but you do have money on your person, cash, somewhere in your suitcase. I bet you anything. And then, of course, there's the money that's in your bank account, whatever that may be. And then you've got the 800 and something dollars from PayPal. And I just showed you a one-way ticket to Canada is about $600, $700. So you have enough for a plane ticket if you don't already have one. If you have one, then that means you've already got a plane ticket home. And then the money that you have in person, you can go rent a room in an extended stay for at least a few weeks. So you're over here sad fishing your audience and saying, I don't have the money, when you do. You absolutely do. You might actually have some money saved back when you grifted using salsa. You got well over $1,000 for salsa. Remember that? I remember that. I'm not going to let you forget it. And you stayed in the hotel for about a week. I don't know how much the rooms are. You ate some food. Don't know how much that was. But I'm pretty sure that you saved some of that money back for your emergency fund. So there's money from that. There's money from PayPal, whatever you have in your bank account, uh, the money you have upcoming from YouTube. You got enough. And you're still trying to grift your audience and encourage them to do super chats when you got more than enough to go home and there are people offering their homes to you. So figure it out.
Like, dude. Mm. Yep, just a lie, Ranson. Not true at all. No. I had a one-way ticket.
Lies. Lies. You know what? Hold on. I'm not fond of her lying. I'm gonna shut that down right now. Okay, I just stopped the React to see if you do need a round trip ticket. I can't find anything right now, but I would imagine that over in Kuwait, you do need at least two tickets or a round trip ticket where you go in and then you also are guaranteed to go out. I don't know if Syria has that, but I would imagine they do. I'm just not able to find it right now, but I don't see why they wouldn't want a round trip ticket if somebody's just acting as a tourist. But go ahead, Chantal.
A no-tell motel. Even those are expensive, gecko.
Chantal, you know what cracks me up? You over here complaining about how expensive motels and hotels and apartments are. At the same time, you spend thousands of dollars in food a month. It's not like you're starving and going without food. You just rather spend the money on food. So much so that it just kills you to spend the money on something that is not food. You can easily afford a motel.
Nah, I'd rather stay here than be uncomfortable and struggling over there.
And there you have it, folks. Anybody wondering, is she leaving Syria? Not by the hairs on her chinny chin chin. She ain't leaving. Not if she has anything to say about it. She said it right there. I want to stay here because if I go home or any place else, I'm going to have to fork out money and I don't want to do that.
Doesn't make sense to me. I don't have to pay bills here.
Right. So she's in Syria. She doesn't have to pay rent. She doesn't have to pay bills. She doesn't have to worry about like a water bill, an electricity bill, an internet bill, any bill. She's free of bills as long as she stays in Syria. So all of this talk about we're separated and I'm leaving and I want to go home. Are we sure? Because she doesn't have to deal with paying for stuff over in Syria. So if Salah wants her gone, he's going to have a fight on his hands.
I'd rather just like save it up, you know? Well, I still have to pay bills, but I mean, like, not like house and stuff like that. My own things to take care of.
Vulgar Darling says your viewers would give you money if you need to an extent to stay in a motel in Canada. They probably would. If she went home to Canada and she shacked up at a no-tell motel Holiday Inn in Canada, and her viewers saw that indeed she is in Canada, they might send her money somehow because they're so happy that she's there and away from Salat and out of Syria. They probably would pay for her visit.
I can't rely on that vulgar. I'd rather have the money already and then go.
You know what, Chantal? You can't rely on that, but you also can't rely on being in Syria and expecting your viewers to compensate you for every stupid decision you make. You can't rely on that either. It's a bad system.
Go to a hotel there if I need to for a couple weeks or something, but I could try to find a place from here, like an apartment. I don't know. Yeah. He is a very loyal friend, yes. Uh-huh. We were the best. No, he doesn't drive. Yeah, Lily. Teardrop, I know there should be a minimum, eh? They should give you the option to, like, remove the comments. They don't. That's so stupid. I don't like it. So, back in the day, we used to pawn everything. I used to do that too. CDs, and they're like, we'll give you $1 for a CD. I'm like, come on. 1 ounce of 24 karat gold has a value.
Oh God, shut up.
Julia, you should go outside.
So we're almost at the end of this live stream, at the end of this react. So Chantal is in a tough situation. She's in a crisis situation where her back is against the wall. She wants to go home, but no money to go home. And PayPal just shut her account down. And it looks like the fundraiser that Pete's put up, it probably won't be up for long either. So what is she going to do? This should be the moment that Chantal, she takes some time and she really forms a plan and she does the plan, whatever the plan may be. But she's not doing anything. She's still sitting on her butt. She's still expecting people to rescue her. Chantal, this is not a fairy tale. This is not a cartoon where you're a damsel in distress strapped to the railroad tracks, screaming for a knight in shining armor to untie you. This is real life. This is your life that you created. And in this fairy tale, the princess has to rescue herself. There is no Prince Charming that'll do it for you. There is no cavalry that's coming for you. You got to get off your butt and do something.
Where is she? Oh, baby. You stink. Toony toon.
Okay, I'm done with her right now because she's doing the baby talk. I'm through. We're almost at the end anyway. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.